So this wine is our 2016 Domaine Dieux Chardonnay. Other than our Claudia, which is definitely our bestseller, I strongly feel that the Chardonnay is the next bestseller, yeah. And probably also a wine that's won many accolades and has sort of put us in the limelight. The previous vintage, the 2015, won the Veritas Vertex Award, which was the best wine out of the whole show, which really, I think, put our Chardonnay in the spotlight.
That was against reds, bubblies, fortifieds, everything.
So it really has shown as a beautiful wine, and I've found the development vintage on vintage from 2012. Our 12 had quite a lot of wood, but we've become more restrained with the wood. But just the vineyard age, as the vines are getting older, it's really showing in the vintages, and when we're really finding our foot with what we're doing in the cellar and the perfect way we want to make it. We're just honing in and finessing that style of Chardonnay to where I think we've got something now that's really outstanding.
Yeah, the house style.
Yeah, it has been in barrel for 9 months, and it's about just over 1/4 new French oak, the rest second and third fill. So quite a reserved wooding regime, and I think because of that you get a Chardonnay it's round, it's full-bodied, it's got beautiful palate weight, but at the same time so much citrus and lime and lemon and this amazing freshness. For a Chardonnay that's 2016 and in the South African industry perhaps older than most Chardonnays, you would expect it to be heavier, fuller, you know, have had longer aging because it's had more wood. But I often get people say to me at wine shows or at trade days, they are unbelievably surprised at how fresh the Chardonnay still is for one of the older Chardonnays in South Africa that's on the market. And I think that's important for us, to find that balance.
Yeah, finding that balance between sort of fruit and wood, but it's also, I suppose, cool climate where we're situated. You know, it carries that freshness forward. Yeah.
I always say you want that triangle: acidity, fruit, and the wooding component, and they all need to really work in harmony with one another. And I think that's where I mentioned that tweaking of the winemaking style, and I think we've really found that now, where there's that beautiful apex of what works to get to this wine. So yeah, wine that's definitely got, I actually think it's a bit young. So, I mean, it's drinking beautifully now, but the aging potential on this one is crazy. Another 5-6 years easily. We were drinking a little bit of our 2013 and 14 the other day, and I was unbelievably surprised at how well that had aged and how fresh it still was. I mean, wood really just there as a structural point, but still so much fruit, and that's the most important thing, especially with whites. If you don't have that fruit up front, it's never going to be there a couple of years down the line. It really needs to be fruit driven, and we try and do a purity of fruit with this.